Yo, this is Craig Owens, and you're watching Punk Videos Rock.
Hey guys, Robert once again. I'm hanging out once again with Craig Owens. How's it going, man? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, we said it when you walked in since Parking Lot of Chain Reaction.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's good to
How have
see
you been since? You've been super busy from what I've noticed.
Yeah, I'm always super busy, though. I was even super busy back then. Yeah, the workaholic thing's still happening, and just doing as much as I possibly can and really enjoying myself.
One thing I did notice, like, as I walked in, you seem so much more natural, so much happier, but you're like so much more busier. How is that possible?
Sobriety, part of it, and probably my hair, the natural hair.
Natural look?
Yeah, no, it's just there's a lot of things that have happened since then. You know, just ups and downs, and you know, I've come leaps and bounds, and that's pretty much it. You know, I grew up in a lot over the past few years, so. Yeah, more so than any other set of 2 or 3 years. So, yeah.
And today's actually day one of your tour. Yep. How's your day been so far? What have you been up to today?
Today's been crazy. So I missed my flight last night. I had a flight in the afternoon, and I ended up missing that flight from Michigan to LA, and I had like this beautiful like ocean view room, like all this nice stuff, and then I had a screening I was supposed to be at this morning, and I wasn't able to do any of that stuff. So I flew in this morning. Me, the girl, and the puppy left at 4 a.m. Left the house at 4 a.m. this morning from Michigan, and you know, just flew straight to LA. Got here, showered really quickly, went and had a quick brunch with some friends, and then I had my latest movie audition call back and nailed that, and then here I am.
So what can you tell us about the auditions? You obviously at a Warped Tour you got called in for one.
Yep.
Now you're doing another one, so let us know about that.
Yeah, basically what's happening is I'm starting to take the acting thing a bit more seriously. It's something I've always loved doing, and it's something that I did when I was growing up. I wanted to do musicals when I first started, and then about 15, I decided to try my hand at writing, you know, some of my own music instead of doing all these musicals and being told what to sing. And then I wrote Lindsay Quit Lollygag, and it was the first song, and then it kind of just stuck from there. I was like, okay, I'm my own boss, but you know, everything comes full circle in life, and you always get an opportunity to do what it is that you want, and it's just whether or not you have the passion and drive to chase it down. Exactly. And you know, I was lucky enough to be approached by you know, a casting director who offered me the latest movie that's going to be coming out within the next few months, and that movie's called K11. And it was amazing. I mean, I went in and I met with the producer, and who is Jules Stewart, and she didn't even have me read for the part. She just said, "You're it." I was like, "All right, I guess we're gonna try this on a movie set for the first time." And I mean, my first day, I went toe to toe with the main character, Goran Visnik from ER and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and it was just like, it was intense, man. It was, but you know, I held my own, and I can't wait to show the world different parts of what it is that I do, because I kind of act now, if you think about it.
Yeah. Now that you've experienced, you know, the performance and the actual acting, do you seem to get the same reaction, or as far as like butterflies go? Like, did you feel the same as being in front of 1,000 people in a crowd, or how did that work out?
I would like today, I would much rather go in and play in front of like 10,000 people than go into a room where there's a casting director looking at everything about you and a camera person. Like I would much rather go into a room full of 10,000 than 2, because you just get, you know, you just start rethinking everything, and it's you know, it's a new world for me. I've only done a few auditions at this point, and I've been able to meet a bunch of amazing people, and yeah, we'll see what happens. There's a lot of really cool stuff lined up, and I have plans to continue to do this, and you know, I'm not gonna stop playing music, but I'm gonna try and balance the two, and just do the drugs thing and act. So
you're taking over the world with, you know, music and film.
That's the plan. I mean, it's always been the plan to take over the world, Pinky.
Everybody always says that, but you're actually doing it.
I'm trying my best, you know. Like I said, I have a huge passion for what it is that I do. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't care about it. You know, I don't want to be that like douchebag guy that just is like, oh, I'm an actor. Yeah. You know, and it's good because I walk in these rooms and they see something that they don't normally see. I mean, they see, you know, what, a 28-year-old scene kid, basically, you know, and instead of these pretty boys that come in and just try and be awesome. So it's, you know, it's just really cool to show different parts of myself that I kind of have buried deep down in there. You know, it's like doing music, I can't be a bad guy. I can't do like that. You know what I mean? Exactly, and it's very hard keeping up with that, especially since I'm just a dude, you know? So it's really, really cool to bring out all these extra things. In K11, I play this like massive rock star, and you know, it was really fun to pull that card, you know, and to pull that out of me, you know. So yeah, I'm really excited. There's a massive future behind it for me, and I really can't wait to show, like I said, the world what I can do.
Definitely can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, taking it back to drugs, you've been tweeting the past couple months that you've been writing some of the best drugs music yet.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about that?
You know, right now they wanted me to do a few songs for K11 actually, because there's a part where I'm actually watching my own music video. Oh, wow. But they ended up going with If You Think the Song Is About You and Sex Life for the movie. I don't know where in because I obviously haven't seen it yet. But so basically, I went in the studio last time I was out in LA, and I went in the studio and wrote 2 songs and recorded them that day. And I've just been writing a lot, you know, trying to write the best songs that I possibly can, and also trying to get back to my roots a little bit, lyrically and mentally, you know. I tried to do something very honest and forward with this drugs record, and I did it. And I'm one for moving forward and trying new things, and I'm really excited to continue to write new music. We're going to be releasing music. I believe we have plans to release music in December, 2 new songs. And that's the 2 songs I was talking about, 2 of my favorite songs. And then right after this tour, I plan on going home and writing, you know, a new EP for drugs. Okay. So that's my plan. It's tentative. We'll see what happens. A lot of the time when I write, I end up writing too many songs, and then it turns into a CD. May call it something else. No, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just doing the drugs thing now, and when I get home, I have 2 weeks off, and then I have my last like 4 solo shows. Yeah. Just kind of summarizing the year up for me, which is really great. I'm gonna pull out some Justin Bieber Mistletoe, some NSYNC Happy Holidays, stuff like that, and just try and have fun with it. You know, they're just holiday shows. Yeah, exactly. Play some old Chiodo songs. Just do my thing. You know. Exactly. So. And
as far as on your Twitter, I've also seen you've been talking a lot about John Connor.
And that's twitter.com/Craig Owens. Cheesy. Yeah.
About John Connor, is he someone you've been working with him obviously recently?
Yeah. John is amazing. He's this rapper out of Flint, Michigan, which is where I'm originally from. And he just represents the city. He represents all that is good with music, I think. You know, he's honest, and you know, it's not about all this, you know, the bitches and bling. It's about real life feelings and connecting with other human beings, and not being a role model necessarily, but sharing your experiences with other people that have experienced it, you know. And we just clicked. I mean, when we started talking, and you know, it's worked. I mean, he's come out and performed with us a few times. We have a remix of Mr. Owlate My Metal Worm where we took out the vocals in the bridge over the dubstep part, and he comes in and raps, and it's one of the most amazing things I've ever heard. I mean, and he makes it look so easy. It's frustrating.
See, that's what people say about you.
Right, but this dude makes it look easy. I mean, the play on words, the guy's just brilliant. And we talked about doing another song for my friend Kevin. We were talking about doing his theme song because he's back in the WWE, Kevin Nash now. So we're gonna get together when I get home and hopefully nail one out.
We're not gonna see you wrestling anytime soon.
No, that's. I mean, maybe I'll wear tights at some point, but that's about as far as you're gonna get me in the wrestling ring. I know my moves. I mean, I can. You say it, I can do it, but you know, as far as build goes, I probably can't. I probably wouldn't be able to pull it off. So yeah, I mean, unless Kevin asks me to come out, then I'll come out and I'll whoop some ass.
Yeah. We gotta be there to shoot it for you though.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. And it just reminds me of like when ICP went in and started wrestling, and I'm just like, musicians just should stay out of the ring, because, you know, it's the acting thing. It's like, I mean, they almost live their personas. It's so intense. The wrestlers are so intense. Like, it's real life almost. So, you know, it's funny to see all these outside people come in wrestling. You know, you've seen it in the past, and they look out of place. Even though they're good actors, they do what they do. I mean, ICP are some of the best actors I could think of, you know, as far as persona goes. You know what I mean? Like, these are real human beings that have kids that, you know, go to church. I mean, they're like devout Christians. They're, you know, and to hear like some of the crazy stuff they've done, you know, it's just it's pretty amazing.
That's cool. And back to John Connor. You're obviously producing as well, right?
Right. Yeah.
How do you have time? How do you have time to do that? I notice you've been wanting to do producing more of a full-time thing now, right?
Yeah. You know, I it's funny. I picture producing as my job while I have time off. I'm supposed to be at home, right? The life of what it is that we do is so black and white. You know, you're out on the road for a month and a half, 2 months. I mean, Warped Tour, AP Tour, 2.5 months. And you are supposed to live up to this lifestyle, right? And then you're supposed to go home for a month and not go out of the house. You're not supposed to do anything. You're supposed to write and be an artist. Or, I mean, by some stereotypes, you're supposed to go home and party and do. But I'm past that shit. I'm a grown ass man, dog. So, you know, when I go home, I find myself missing music. I mean, one of my favorite things in the world is the studio, the environment of being with a group of people and creating something amazing, and being a part of that, sharing the knowledge that I've learned over the past 10 years of doing this with other people, with younger people. So I've just really enjoyed it, man. I've really enjoyed going to the studio. I just did In Fear and Faith came out, and I helped them write a new song and produced it. And you know, it was so awesome being, you know, in the room full of my peers and being able to create with my friends, you know. And that's a lot of the reason why I did so many side projects in the past, is because I just didn't want to stop making music. Now I found a healthy way to do it. And you know, I try to limit my time at the studio. That way I don't control every snare hit and bass drum, you know. So it's like I go for 2 or 3 hours a day. I get, you know, I'm intense as shit for those 2 or 3 hours, and then I kind of take a step back and
just worry about relaxing.
Exactly. And you know, spend a lot of time at home. I've spent a ton of time in the gym. You know, just doing everything that I can do to be the best me I can every single morning when I wake up.
Cool. That's good to hear. Yeah. That's good to hear. Let's take it back more to a serious, you know, topic. Last night, I was hanging out at an event for anti-bullying, right, and it actually got to me. I didn't realize how big of an issue it has been, you know, lately. And then for you, for example, like there's so many things you want to do in life, and you go after them, whether people tell you not to or they talk shit about you or whatnot. You still do it, and you know, obviously drugs is up there. So what would you advise to these kids that are getting bullied, or that even want to like pursue something in life but they're getting punked for doing it or even considering it?
Well, I mean, there's two different things there. You know, if you're pursuing this and you listen to the crowd, then you're going to end up in the crowd. And that's just how it is. You know, people can tell if you try and be cool, period. You know what I mean? So just be yourself. At the end of the day, you trying to be someone else or be what people want you to be, it's not going to come across honest. And people can see right through bullshit these days. And you know, it's so, like I said, if you start listening to the crowd, you're going to end up in the crowd. But, you know, as far as you know, just bullying in general, I mean, I read fucked up shit every day. Like, I mean, people say things to me every single day. I mean, you know, with this self-entitlement that comes along with all of this social media just being constantly shoved down our throats. I mean, everything we say has to be shown to every single one of our friends, you know what I mean, or all these people. And it's like, I'm not gonna post on Twitter like, you know, what I ate and how many times I shit that day. It's like I'm not that self-entitled. And unfortunately, something that comes along with that is every negative thought as well, you know. And I think of it kind of like this: people these days will say it before they actually think about what it means. And I think if they took 5 minutes and kind of thought about what it is that they're about to post, then about half of the negativity would go away. And I think it's just the natural reaction that comes with, you know, oh, I need to post this really quick. Oh, this is going to make someone laugh. Stuff like that, you know. It's, you know, it really is just all about the self-entitlement that comes along with the social media sites. But as far as, like, people listening to it, letting it affect you, like, I've been there, you know. I mean, in 2008, it was like I listened to that so much that it pushed me over the brink, you know, and I was like, fuck this, I'm checking out. Yeah. I mean, I've went through drug addictions, I've went through, you know, some crazy shit, and a lot of that has to do with negativity that stemmed from my childhood, reached me, was reinforced through that negativity that was said online and in person, and all these, you know, all these different ways that people can bully. And you know, it gets embedded in your subconscious, and you almost start believing it. But as long as you surround yourself with the right people, you're gonna be able to laugh that off, you know. Don't take yourself too seriously, and just start really enjoying your life. And like I said, surround yourself by people that, you know, with people that you want to aspire to be like, that have great traits, and, you know, that you see within yourself. And just always try and find the positive in everything, because, you know, there's so many things that people can say, but every single thing that they say negatively, it's just a reflection upon themselves. I mean, they're just saying, I'm unhappy with who I am. Yeah. And that's what I see. And actually, I almost feel bad for people now when they do it, because I see, oh, like they go after people or they troll or whatever, and you read it and you're just like, you must be the most miserable person. Like, I feel bad for you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, like, say these things to these people in order to feel good about yourself. And 9 times out of 10, you probably don't feel good about yourself. And yeah, it's just I feel bad for people that bully at this point. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, for everyone else out there, it's just like, stay positive.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for, you know, the advice. Thanks for hanging out with us again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any words you want to give out to the fans?
Don't do drugs. Stay in school.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. You got it. You know, Craig Owens. Make sure to catch him on the drugs tour for this winter, and stay tuned.